Does your dog need a ramp to get up on the couch, onto your bed, or even into your car? Here's how to know if and when it's time to up your game to help your canine companion get up to his or her favorite places. Welcome back to Alpha Paw, your destination for everything dog. I'm Bernie Zilio, and I'm on a personal mission to answer every doggone question you have ever had about your fur babies. And today, we are talking about ramps and how to know when it's time to invest in one. Fortunately, we have an expert with us today, Dr. Ross Bernstein. Dr. Ross is a seasoned veterinary professional and pet care expert. He earned his doctorate degree in veterinary medicine at UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine, and his work has been featured in several industry-leading publications, including the Journal of Veterinary Surgery. He is our go-to vet for everything we want and need to know about our fur babies. So welcome back to Alpha Pod, Dr. Ross.
Hey, Bernie. How you doing?
I am good. How are you?
Good.
Okay, Dr. Ross. So today we are talking about dog ramps. Now, I've seen these advertised all over the internet, and I want to know, in your expert opinion, what kinds of dogs could benefit from these ramps?
So I'm going to start off and just basically say all dogs can benefit from using ramps. But in general, little dogs can benefit. Dogs that are overweight or obese can benefit, and especially those with medical conditions like arthritis or orthopedic disease. So those are some special groups that could really benefit, but really, in general, all dogs could.
Interesting. Okay, so I know you mentioned like miniature breeds and like smaller dogs. That kind of makes sense to me. You mentioned older dogs who I'm sure have bone and joint problems, so that makes sense to me. But you mentioned all dogs can benefit from using a ramp. How could any and all dog benefit from using a ramp?
When they jump on and off of the furniture, I mean, just the other day in the hospital, we had a husky that jumped off the couch and he strained his back leg. And I mean, these crazy injuries happen from just normal everyday activities. A couple of weeks ago, we had a Labrador that jumped off, I think it was off of the bed, jumped off the bed and he shattered his elbow. They can just land awkwardly, and these catastrophic injuries can occur. For other types of dogs, spinal injuries are a big thing as well. So that's why I'm saying any type of dog can benefit from a ramp, just limiting the jumping. I know it's something that every dog does, but just limiting these high impact or high activities that create a lot of stress on the joints. If they can be limited, those would be safer in the long run.
Oh my gosh. Well, you have scared the bejesus out of me because Pod, obviously, he's a bigger dog and he's a golden. So I think, he's fine to jump off the bed, the couch. I'm terrified now. And this is I'm glad we're talking about this because maybe my dog could benefit from a ramp as well, just because he's not small and he's not elderly. You're giving me plenty of reason to invest in one. And I will say, just anecdotally, I had a Maltese growing up and he would sleep on my parents' bed. And sometimes if he would get scared or he would hear something, he would jump off the bed. Now, that was like a 5-pound dog. And he did it multiple times. And he ended up really messing up one of his back legs twice, requiring surgery. My father was not thrilled with the price tag on that surgery, or on both those surgeries. So our solution was to get those little stairs, right, that you put next to the bed. He didn't use them. And what I've seen is that they're actually not that great on dogs' joints. So can you explain sort of the difference between those little steps that we can get versus an actual ramp?
With stairs, it's better than the actual jump from the floor up to the bed, or for a little dog. I mean, that's 2 or 3 times their height. The stairs are still little jumps, whereas the ramp it's more of just a steady walking. Sometimes it takes a little bit of training to get them to figure out how to use it. But stairs, I would say they're better than nothing, but the ramp is still better than the stairs. And especially if they have some sort of orthopedic condition where you still want to be, These dogs bear about 60% of their weight on their forelimbs normally. And then each of those little hops it's just a new motion or way that they can aggravate something or make something a little bit painful.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. And you mentioned training the dog to use the ramp. That's obviously, that would be super beneficial if you want the dog to use the ramp. But then I was like, there are actually pet parents out there who train their dogs not to go on the couch and not to go in the bed. So they could actually avoid all these problems. But honestly, no, like that's just not my vibe. My dog sits where I sit. So therefore, we do need to invest in the ramp. And so I've seen a ton of these, like I said, all advertised all over the internet, but I wanted to know from your expert opinion if there's like a specific one on the market that you recommend.
I mean, obviously the Alpha Paw ramp is a very good one.
You don't say.
It's adjustable for different heights of the furniture. It has a nice carpet on it for a no slip grip. It comes basically completely assembled, and it can, depending on what size your dog is, it can accommodate many different weights of dogs. So it's highly portable, and you can easily fold it up and put it under the furniture so you don't have this huge ramp in the middle of your living room all the time if you have guests over. So that's one that I would highly recommend. To be honest, I haven't really seen that many other ones that even come close, but yeah, that's the one that I would recommend.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Ross. I am going to go ahead and drop down a link to that ramp down in the description box below. So be sure you check that out. And I'm so appreciative of everything that you provide for us. And if you guys, our viewers, have any questions for myself or Dr. Ross, drop them down in the comment section down below. Again, I'm Bernie Zilio, and this is Alpha Paw. Be sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single doggone episode, and we'll see you guys next time.